Hello dear students, welcome once again to the online video lecture of Standard 7th. Subject is English. Today we are going to take unit number 6 and the title is Exploring Patriotism. Dear students, we have already been given you some homework for writing it, and also you have to maintain your English fair notebook, because as soon as we are meeting in the class, you will have to submit your full complete English notebook. The proper way of completing the notebook, you already know it. You have to write the hard words, the meanings, and required question answers, so that it is complete. And whenever we will meet in the class, you will have to submit the complete notebook. So today we will start unit number 6 once again, along with the answers also. In the first activity, you have given this picture. It is having the face of some freedom fighters. Near about 10 faces are there. And I hope you might be knowing all the names of the freedom fighters. If you are having difficulty, so these are the names. You can write it down in your textbook, also in the notebook. After that, we'll come to activity number 2. This activity is completely based on one person, that is Mahatma Gandhi. He was called as Bapu by every Indian citizen. He was a very well-known freedom fighter. He began his activism as an Indian immigrant in South Africa in the early 1900s. He also became a leading figure in India's struggle to gain independence. After participating in many freedom fighting, after going in jail for many times, after being beaten by Britishers many times, after having a lot of difficulties, lot of fasting, lot of convincing the Indian people, lot of talking, lot of sacrifices, struggle, India gained independence on 15th August 1947. All the Indians were very happy after getting the independence, but on 30th January 1948, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was shot dead by Nathuram Godse. So this is the main story of Mahatma Gandhi, a very brief summary. But here in activity number 2, we will talk about one incident which is taken from his book, An Expert from My Experiments with Truth. The book has a title of My Experiments with Truth, and this book is mainly based on the autobiography of Mahatma Gandhi. We are taking one small incident from it. Before that, there is a title, The Making of the Mahatma, how Gandhiji led his early life and how he came into the freedom struggle. That has been mentioned here. Let us see what is given in the paragraph. Gandhiji became associated with the social life of Indians in South Africa since his arrival there in 1983. So Gandhiji went to South Africa in 1983. After reaching there, he was associated with Indian people, because Gandhiji being an Indian person, he was fond of meeting Indian peoples, and he became a very well-known figure in Indian community. Can anyone act against one's own nature or escape being a plaything in the hands of fate? Now this sentence says that Gandhiji was having a very simple nature. He was very quiet. He used to just pay attention to his own work. He was not a type of naughty child. But after reaching South Africa, there was bit change in his own behavior. He was led by fate. Gandhiji had gone to Africa with professional motives. Gandhiji went to South Africa just to learn law, and he was not there for taking out any processions or struggle movement. But the situation went worse and worse, and he had to take part in the struggle movements because the people were discriminated on the basis of color and creed. So, but as must have been the design of destiny, his 21-year stay in South Africa became the preparatory period that equipped him with the perseverance and moral strength to emancipate society from the forces of untruth and violence with the spiritual antidote of truth and non-violence. So Gandhiji stayed for near about 21 years in South Africa, and in these 21 years He completed his studies also, and also it became a preparatory time for Gandhiji to uh, take the energies, the moral strength and perseverance so that he can emancipate society from the forces of untruth and violence. Means whatever the bad thing was prevalent in the society, he would be able to eradicate it from the society. The meanings of the hard words will be coming on the screen one by one. You can note it down. It was a life of pure dedication, for not once in 21 years did he ever project himself as one who was after fame or one asserting himself as the author of events. So, as I previously told you, Gandhiji was a very simple man. He was never involved in any activities which was against his rules. He never involved in any work which gave him fame or anything which led him to become a leader. He was always dedicated towards his work, and he never got into any project which was in which his motive was to earn any name or fame. So this is the whole summary of the making of the Mahatma. Finally, we came to know that Gandhiji went to South Africa in 1893 for completing his professional motives, but there the situation was not very well. There were some critical situations by which he has to join the freedom struggle movement. He was also there to give support to Indian people who were there for learning purpose and for any other purpose. After that, this was also a preparatory period for Mahatma Gandhi to gather the moral strength and perseverance to fight against the untruth and violence. So this is the main theme of the title, The Making of the Mahatma. Now let's come to the unwelcome visitor, which is the second title. This particular part is taken from the book written by Mahatma Gandhi, which has the title My Experiments with Truth. This story goes like this. The port of Natal is called Durban. The port of Natal was previously known as Natal, and today we call that place as Durban, also as a Port Natal. Abdullah Seth had come to receive me. His friend was there. His name was Abdullah Seth. He came to the port to receive Mahatma Gandhi. As the ship reached the quay, now quay is the place where ships are stopping, means it is a landing place for the ships. And the people of Natal came on board to meet their friends. I realized that Indians were not quite respected there. So Gandhiji, when he went to South Africa, after boarding the ship, when the ship reached the quay of Port Natal, all the people who were there, they were boarding the ship to meet their friends, but the Indians were not treated well. This was realized by Mahatma Gandhi. He noticed a kind of rudeness in the behavior of the people who knew Abdullah Seth. It hurt me. Now Gandhiji was really hurt by the behavior of the South African people. Now he took me home and gave me the room next to his. Abdullah Seth's literacy level was low, but his knowledge through experience was immense. Now after coming to South Africa, Abdullah Seth took him to his house. He gave his room for Mahatma Gandhi, which was just next to his room, and he was behaving very nicely with Mahatma Gandhi. And Mahatma Gandhi also says that the literacy level of Abdullah Seth was not as much high, it was very low, but he has a lot of knowledge through his experience. He has immense knowledge through experience. He was sharp, he was intellect and was conscious of it. Abdullah Seth, he was a very bright person, he was sharp person, he was very intelligent. He had learnt sufficient English for conversation through practice. Conversation means to have a talk to anyone, that is known as conversation. As I am conversing with you, it is my conversation along with the children's through this online media. So Abdullah Seth was not fluent in English, but he had sufficient knowledge of English so that he was able to have conversation with Englishmen. He was proud of Islam. He was fond of discussing philosophy. Abdullah Seth, he was a Muslim person. He was proud of his religion, and also he liked philosophy. On the second or third day, he took me to the court of Durban. Now, as previously told, Gandhiji went to South Africa to study law. So, Abdullah Seth took him to the court on the second day or the third day and made him to sit next to his lawyer. The magistrate kept looking at me. He asked me to take off my turban. I refused to take it off and left the court. So, after reaching the court, Abdullah Seth said to Mahatma Gandhi that you must sit just next to my lawyer so that you will be able to understand the rules and regulations of the court very minutely. So he was sitting just next to the lawyer of the Abdullah Seth, and magistrate who was sitting in the front, he was watching Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was sitting with a turban on his head. You might be knowing what is a turban. It is a type of cloth which is long, and it is used to tie it on the head in some specific manner. Okay. Now Mahatma Gandhi was forced to remove the turban by the magistrate, but he refused to take it off and he left the court. Mahatma Gandhi said he will not remove his turban. As my luck would have it, there was a battle here as well. Abdullah Seth did not like the suggestion. He said if you make the change now, it will be misunderstood. Those who want to wear the turban of their country will have a hard time. Now, after this incident, when Abdullah Seth and Gandhiji met in their room, Abdullah Seth said that this is not the time to have any critical circumstances here, because it may affect the other students who are in the class or who are in this country. It is a very hard time for them. Moreover, you look elegant with the turban of our country. You will look like a waiter if you wear an English cap. So these words had worldly wisdom, also patriotism, and to an extent a little conservatism too. So Abdullah Seth, he advised Mahatma Gandhi that if he is wearing the turban on his head, it will be like of decent look for him. So these words really gave motivation to Mahatma Gandhi, and after that his turban was extensively discussed in the newspaper. It gave the headline as unwelcome visitor, and within 3-4 days, without any effort, he got publicity in South Africa. Gandhiji was known to every single person because the newspaper said that a person was forced to remove the turban in the court, but he refused it and he left the court. And that was a type of a breaking news for the South Africans. Among the total person who were near the Mahatma Gandhi in South Africa, there were many people who took the side of Mahatma Gandhi, but some people, they severely criticized him for his rudeness, because they thought that if you are living in a foreign country, you must follow the rules of their country, and you should not criticize the rules of the other peoples. So, but in the end, Gandhiji said that his turban survived at the end also. Means he was wearing the turban on his head from the very first day till the end also. So this comes to an end of the story. The main thing is Mahatma Gandhi went to South Africa, and his motive was to study law, and his friend was Abdullah Seth. Along with Gandhiji, they both came back after reaching the dock. Abdullah Seth was there to receive Mahatma Gandhi, but the atmosphere there was not good. Gandhiji realized that Indians are not treated very well here. They are little bit criticized, and also the person who were known to Abdullah Seth were a bit hated. But after that, on the second or third day, Abdullah Seth took him to the court and made him to sit just beside his lawyer. There a small incident happened that magistrate forced him to remove the turban, but Gandhiji refused to remove the turban as it was a symbol of disrespect towards his country and dignity. He agreed to leave the court, but he didn't agree to remove the turban. So after coming back to home, Abdullah Seth had a word with him. He said that this may cause a problem for the other students or the person who are living here, but you should not remove your turban, because this is your respect for yourself also and for the country also. So at last Gandhiji said that he was able to survive the turban till the end also. So this is a very small incident. Before you are writing these things in the book, you should also write the hard words. I am presenting the hard words here. You can see it. After that, you have to write the meanings. It is also displayed on the screen. You can see it. Before writing anything in the notebook, just go through the paragraph which is given here. Read once, twice or thrice and try to understand what is been given here. And if you are having any problem, you can again give your comments so that I can solve your doubts. Also, the answers of activity number 3, activity number 4, activity number 5, activity number 6. I am giving here one by one. You can note it down and this will help you to write the answers. Activity number 7 and 8 is already been solved. The answers has been already given, but again once again I am printing it here. It is been displayed on the screen. Activity number 10 is not possible to print on the screen because it is a type of paragraph which you have to write based upon your experiences. So you will have to complete according to your own choice. You have to use your own words to complete it. So after that, this comes to end of the unit number 6, and I will request you again to complete your notebook and click the pictures and send it again to my number. The numbers are displayed here. You can see, so that we will be able to see that you people are learning and you are understanding also. If you are having any problem regarding these activities, you are not able to have any answer, just write it down in the comment box, or you can also call me on the number which have been displayed before, so that your doubts will be cleared. Any type of doubt, any single doubt, you can directly call me. If you are not getting time to call, you can just send me a message on my WhatsApp number. It is as same as it was given before, so that I can solve your doubts and we can learn English very well. After completing unit number 6, we will go to revision part. This is the revision of all the activities, and I will wish that you will be able to solve this revision without any help of your teacher. Okay, because all these things which are been given here, that is been solved before in the previous activities. So dear students, once again I will again request you to write your notebook, complete it, and don't forget to send the pictures so that I can also know that you are completing your notebooks. So it is a very compulsory thing to do for you all. So I'm waiting for your answers. Write it in your notebook, click the pictures and send to me. So once again, it's a request for you to stay safe, stay in the home, don't come out of the houses if it is not necessary, and keep learning. All the best.